Okay, so imagine this. Gabby and I are talking. We're sitting there with Loretta as well, our momager, and we start talking about the relaunch of my company, right?
Mhm.
So Flow
Yes.
Aesthetics, we're back. It's really exciting. And I'm talking about we get to the social media part. And I'm like, okay, what are we going to post?
Yeah.
Right. And with Eleva, you guys don't know, but
Yeah.
Gabby and Lorette have started a company called Eleva where well, you can
Yes.
probably explain more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's consulting for, like, small businesses and things like that,
Yes.
different I mean, we're both have experience in different, I will call it industries, so we're kinda just bringing what we know and then seeing what
Yes.
people need help with.
And
So
there's so many small business owners, small to medium, that we are juggling so much,
mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
you are overwhelmed and maybe not doing everything super well. So
Yes.
we get to the part of social
Yes.
media, which is super important nowadays. 10 years ago when I had the company, it
Yeah.
wasn't such a big
Yeah.
thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I want videos of me, doing treatments, helping my doctor, selling the product, meeting with my customers.
Mhm.
And Gabby was like, wait, hold up.
Yeah.
What do you want to be doing in 6 months? Are you still going to be selling?
Mhm.
And it really made me realize the fact that just because you are good at something
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you should necessarily be doing that particular thing.
Well,
So in my head, I'm like, well, I'm great at sales. Obviously, I'm going to be selling. I'm good at it. Everyone tells me I'm good at it. So yeah, I'm going to be the person that's out there selling.
yes.
But also, I'm going to be the person that's growing a huge team and managing. And
Mhm.
also, I'm going to be probably, I'm still doing my admin and sending my emails because I was a control freak. And it really opened my eyes to the fact of this thing called the competence trap, right?
Mhm.
We're
Yes.
competent, and I think you as well, right? When
Mhm.
especially women or even men that we're really good at different things. And we have, what is it,
Multi-hyphenated, yes.
multi-hyphenated
Yes.
personalities, where you can do so much, but then you're trying to do so much that you don't do anything like super well.
Mhm.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Gabby,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about, like, what you guys do because I found that really interesting. It wasn't something that I thought about, but I love that you asked me the question.
Oh, but what do you want it to be doing? I
Yeah,
think
like, what am
well
I gonna be in a year from
well, I
now?
mean, like, I can't according to our business coach, we can't tell people what we actually do. We
Uh,
could just explain kind of like the result of what the point is of what we would do with
yeah.
a client is because we wanna actually give people back their time and make them see, first, are you set up? Do you have the right foundation for your business? Whatever it is, whether it's, just you, an entrepreneur, or you have like a team or whatever, do you have that solid foundation to be doing all the things?
Yeah.
2 is really seeing, okay, where are you missing, like, those little gaps, where are you missing things? And the most important one to me is what you just said is, like, you really shouldn't be doing it all. There's just no way, and I know that there is people that are very successful and all that, but kudos to them because I mean, you must be, like, 24/7 doing it all.
Yeah.
And then I've listened to so many things about our brains and all that. It is not good to do that. It is awful to multitask because you are not really doing one thing at a time and our brain can't do it. I know that right now how we see the world, we think yes, yes, yes. And I think for us as women, then we bring in the ADHD, like we're like,
Mm.
I got it all. And then the control that thing. So showing our clients kind of like, hey, you can release and there's more to you can have better results with having a system in place. Like my partner, Lorette likes to say a lot is like having the processes and procedures in place. I mean, we're like, and it's like, we said the unsexy stuff. Nobody wants to think about that.
Yeah.
You just want to think about, seeing that money, your bank account, not all the back end stuff, like, that
Mhm.
really is going to get you that money.
Yeah.
And if you were just stuck on doing the little decisions, because I'm guilty of it too, that you're just not going to move. You're going to keep doing that cycle. So that's pretty
And
much it.
bringing yourself into the
Yes.
ground
Yes.
like
Yes,
I
yes,
have.
and burnt out
Yeah.
and exhausted, and you can't keep you can't keep going that way, and I know that I've seen it a lot, like, we talk a lot about Cody Sanchez, I
Mhm.
seen, right? But and she has a massive team now, and
Mhm.
she's doing the work, and she's now teaching and, advising and all that stuff, but it's shown remember how we saw those first 2 clips of her about how she was told, "Hey, why don't you have an assistant?
Yeah.
Like, what are you worth? Like those kind of things that we don't think about, especially if we're talking about obviously business owners and all that. Like, what is your time worth?
Yes.
That's a big one. You know,
Yes.
Momager talks a lot about that. What is your 1 hourly rate? Like, what are you really worth for what you are able to bring to the table?
Mhm.
So why are you not paying somebody, let's call it, for your household stuff, right? Like a lot of people are like, oh my God, no, or outsourcing. But sometimes you need to invest back. Again, this is part of like what we would say. So you could get yourself exactly where you need.
Yeah, and then,
So
like, multiply that, like,
yes.
that investment will pay
Yeah.
off so much
Yeah.
more because I find myself doing a lot of menial tasks,
Yeah.
but I almost feel this is, like and I don't know who else feels this way, but almost
It's very common.
addicted to the, "Oh, look," like, I've hired VAs before, right? But I don't know how to communicate all that's up here
Yes.
because 'cause I've just done it so long with no system,
Hmm.
and I was just like, "Do it," and so I'm like, I know how to do it. Maybe this is, like, common sense to me,
Yeah.
but it's not to the person that you're hiring, so I think
Hmm.
that having that really like, a good training but I'll hire them, and then, like, let's say they don't do that great of a job, probably because of lack of good training, I'll be
Hmm.
honest,
Hmm.
and then at the end, I'm like, "It's because I know I'm so good, like, I have to do it all myself." It's like this
But I've
freaking crazy
yeah.
cycle, and
Or it
I don't know if
becomes
it's
like
because
an
I
ego thing
yes,
because it's
but I
me.
don't
I'm
wanna
the
do it
one.
all myself.
I'm the one that can do it, and who
I'm
else is
such a
gonna do it?
badass,
And who can do it better than me? Like and it's like whole thing,
but then I
eternal
wanna
thing. It's
cry.
about the gold star. But yes, and then when it comes out, you lay down in your room or in the freaking bathroom closet, and you're just like, what the? I can't take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when with work, and then you add in obviously personal, family stuff, all that we could really burn out because we think we're so good in it. The competence thing will even tie it in. Like I was listening to you talk and I'm thinking about I remember. So I've been very lucky. My my whole child rearing, I had somebody has helped me, like a nanny. She's helps in the house with the kids because we worked all that. But I remember there was years I refused. I had to be the one that I had to make my children's meals. I had to everything. It had to be me. Like,
Mhm.
and I would just be just exhausted. And this was like having little kids, a bunch of little kids, pregnant or whatever. And I would still be like, my husband says it. I was so mean because I was so tired. I wouldn't
Yeah,
accept help. But I was the only one that could do that job, right?
yeah, and then you're like,
Now
"Why does nobody help me?" But you're
now
like
and it was years of this, and now I'm like, "What was wrong with you?" Because it was me that I felt that I was the best one, and obviously as a mother, I think that's a whole 'nother
yeah,
topic and
that's
subject we could do for days, but I just couldn't accept that even if I was good at it, there was somebody that could help and that was there for that reason, and
mhm,
then I could go do other things in order for whatever our house or my life or work to be more productive, right?
yeah,
I was so stuck on my way.
mhm,
Now, this is again, my changes have just come recently, probably the past 3 years, since my son, the one that's about to graduate, just got to high school. I like started to back off. I still struggled because I felt threatened, like my job was gonna be taken away. Like I
mhm,
didn't what was the meaning of who I am if I'm not as a mother?
mhm,
Um, and then now it's so, like, relaxed that I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how did I ever live that other way?" Right? But I was able to
that
accept that I needed a
controlling,
different system in my household.
yeah,
Now, work, same thing. I felt like, I oversee so many things, and I really thrived on, like, I'm the one that knows how to do it. I can handle it.
mhm,
Now I'm like, "Please, no. Let's delegate who can let's set this up," and it's actually very reassuring to me as like a business owner and like a partner in the things I do that I know other people can do it and that I can quickly
yes,
resolve things and get the problems fixed. It doesn't mean like I don't this week has felt like I've last year like has been like 1,000 miles per hour just because of everything I've got going on work not personal too much but work has just been one thing after another but everywhere I've sat I'm like okay like a system there's a thing for stuff
oh,
I'm not going
so good.
home and feeling like, and maybe because I took my ADHD medication, I'm functioning well.
No, this
I'm
no,
following
this
my own dilemma.
this is the difference between somebody that has systems
Yeah.
and somebody that does not. I'm about to, but I'm getting all my all my excuses. She's like, shut up, but it's okay because
It's the
she still loves
resistance,
me.
though. I know that it is.
But
No,
it's
you're not
also
the
when
only
you're not
one.
like clear.
Yeah.
My business as far as like honestly, it's changing so much, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know that it's almost like I'm catching balls while other balls are being thrown.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yes.
yes, like
Yeah.
just trying to not keep my head above water. But it really is
Yeah.
that you can go to sleep at night and probably not have a ton of
No.
open loops. And
Yes.
and also you can know that, hey, people have it covered
Mhm.
and the fact that you can probably go on vacation
Yes.
and be like, I
Yeah.
can like shut
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of small to
Yes.
medium sized
Yeah.
business owners like
Yes.
myself, that you don't, you're like, I'm at night and I'm like, oh, I'll get up. Like I would literally having my eyes closed, I'm dozing off and I'm like, up, let me write that down. Up, let me write that down because of all the open loops,
Yes.
which is of course
It's
not great
hard.
for your brain.
Yeah.
So so Gabby will be happy to hear this. It's like an announcement.
Yeah. Tell
She's
me.
like, you need to hire like a VA. And I think there's so much again, small to business owners were like, okay, you're making money, but also you're like, I have all these expenses.
Mhm.
And you don't want to hire somebody because you're like, I can do it. I can send that follow-up email. And I can. It might take me like 2 weeks. And I'm like, sorry, customer. That's not the best thing. That doesn't bring me more sales. So we were just basically we're hiring somebody.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Oh my
full
God.
time
You're
that can
so
help
good.
because
Yes.
also I'm like my husband's assistant and
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
I can't be
Yes.
your assistant and try to be my own assistant. And
How many assistants are you in one?
yes, I'm like I can barely do my own stuff. So
That was a
um
good recommendation for you. I'm so proud of you for both. Yes, because
yes.
that's like that again. I think it's very big. The letting you got to really we're tied into our Duluth stuff. You got to trust the universe that it's gonna take care of you. Like that, the right person is gonna show up.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the praying, like my words now are a lot of that. That the right people are doing what is needed for the company, the business, whatever you're doing. Because mine is a big that I always think if I'm not around, this should still keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially because of the children, because of
Well,
whatever.
now you just have a job,
Oh yeah,
right?
and that's a
You don't
job.
want to
Like
like
you have a nine, you have like a 365, 24/7 job that you cannot get away from, and you really are so enslaved to it, and you don't ever realize how the shackles like what it
mhm,
does to you because you're still gonna have those feelings. I think if we don't get organized in a way and think I'm good at this, but I should somebody else could probably be better
mhm,
and I could just oversee it. And then I might learn something. Like I have found that a lot where
mhm.
I used to be like, nope, I'm going to go teach myself now because I should be able to do it. And that too, there's a lot of shame of not being able to do it all. I
Yeah,
don't know if you ever feel like
for
that
sure. Yeah.
because we're trying to be like these women and we're talking business, but as well as personal. We're trying to be the ones that are like, look at me. I got all my shit together.
Mhm.
And it's not hard. It is hard.
It is.
It is the hardest thing to do to function right now in society. I know everybody says that all the time, every generation, but it is a hard time. It is a hard time for us to not be, like I wanted always said, I want to be just soft. I want to do all these things, but I'm like, really, am I serving? Is that my best purpose of my life? Of course,
I
it's not.
know I
To be the
struggle with
sloth,
that
no.
too. I'm like, do I really want to grow? Like now the company's
Yeah.
growing so fast. We just added like 8 people. And I'm like, I've asked for this. Right.
Yes.
So I'm
Yes.
grateful for
Yes.
it. I'm so grateful. But at the same time, I said I wanted to be soft and like,
But I think we can be.
but I
Here's
also
the
want to be this
here's
badass,
the
like
part though. I think
entrepreneur.
doing it in a
Fun
different
thing.
manner, I think you can have both. I want to say that. And I think that most people that because we're in a different stage. Obviously, our
Yeah.
children are older. We are like have a lot of therapy and a lot of
Yes.
psychedelics and all that in all of us. We can manage these things, right? But I don't think we have
We
to
have
retreat
tools. We
away
have better tools.
from those things we want in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Again, personal and professional. But I think it's just really setting ourselves up now to succeed
Mm-hmm.
in a way that we didn't before,
Yes.
where we won't fall back into, like you say, it's like the falling back into the same things that what we know. Because I mean, I had a conversation yesterday and it was work related, obviously, and I'm trying to like all hats on for every freaking role. And it's my husband works with me and we don't I mean, I try to be very like cautious now where we only talk business in the office.
Mm.
We separate a lot of it. But it's hard because I will say like I have like our hierarchy, it is my role above
Mm-hmm.
him. So when I talk, I'm always like trying to be like his wife and then at the same time like coworker, but then my expectations are this. And I was doing something I've done before where I kind of shut down right away and I'm like, no, like
Yeah.
my way. And then I had to I literally as it's happening, because I'm looking at him, he's saying it, I was like, he's right. So I had to like stop and let him keep talking. And I was like, okay, you know, but it was like all this stuff was going on in my head. Like, you're not always going to know everything. You
Yeah.
can't do that. You're not going to physically go and do the things that you think you're the best at.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not, right?
Yeah.
Cause there's other people that are there for that. And you can listen to other people's points of view and not feel that,
Mhm.
your path is the only one that's going to lead
Yeah.
to these whatever being the best it needs to be, right? So that's me that I'm already doing all this consulting and all that. So it's very hard to turn around and be like, trust, because I feel like, oh, if I did look and everybody can't do it right, then like
Mhm.
that, you know?
I'm the only
And then I have to go back and do my little self-talk and be like, no, this is what it looks like, having teams and having, yeah, the work is just like the systems and having
Yeah.
a good foundation and structure is really that's the difference.
Yeah.
Like whether it's for our day to day, I think for us as women, whether we're set up like to get like, are you moving your body? The same stuff we
Same
hear
thing,
everywhere,
yeah.
right? Are you sleeping enough? Are you eating enough? Are you like having time to like, having your
Take a beat,
social
yes.
time, having that stuff because we don't realize how much that causes us to fail in other areas of our life,
Mhm.
you know? If we
Mhm.
get so consumed, because it's very easy, right? We could be consumed by motherhood, by,
Yes.
our relationships or whatever. And then if you don't like step back and just think, okay, where do I need a little bit more, a little bit of my Lego tower, like correct me.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and being able to just, like, yeah, take a
Yeah.
minute to focus on yourself, like, just
Yes.
at least, yeah, once a day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So over being, I mean, and it is amazing to be very competent. We all love that. Again, me, I
I feel
love
like
to.
it's addictive.
Of course it is a dopamine. It
Yeah.
feels good.
I'm
It's
like
just like,
and especially with the motherhood thing,
yes.
I think honestly, in everything. Like, for me, I'm like, "Ooh, I feel it's this thing I don't wanna do it,"
Yeah.
but also like, "Oh, I'm needed." So sometimes that feels you're right,
Yes.
that dopamine hit
Yeah.
of like, "I'm needed," until it's like, "Okay, like, can
Too
you"
much.
yeah.
It's too like
And
somebody
then
give me a break. Why do I have to always do
and
it?
then now,
You know.
I'm a more vocal person, like, I don't keep my sass down,
Yes.
and so my
Yeah.
husband and I work
Yeah.
together too. He's like, "Man," 'cause like, my little comments, I'm like, "'Cause you just gotta do everything." Like, "Okay, well, yeah."
Yeah. Well, see, but if you start setting things because again, you guys work together too, right? Like you're setting up your company, doing all this stuff. Now, if you're very clear that, hey, I can't be his assistant because I can't even imagine what that does on the
Uh,
back end for you to like to turn off that chip because and be like now wife or
mhm.
whatever, right? Because it's like, dude, I'm having to do it all. Like I think it was like shrinking. I haven't watched the episode, I've just seen the clips
Mhm.
that oh my God, what's the one that you always talk about? Liz, right? And she's saying that who said that us as women had to like our job was to just care about the man,
Yeah.
like everything, like the physical, the mental, all that stuff, the work. And I was laughing so hard because I was like, nobody did. We just take it on
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
refuse
I've
to
done
put in
that
like
to myself.
these things where we're like, okay,
Boundaries
now
or
we
like,
have
yeah.
this because this person, if we're doing a company, that's what they're here for. I am here, this is a work time, this is cutoff time. And that comes down to like just setting yourself up for success, as cheesy as it is. But in like it really will change it all, like all those other parts.
Mhm.
Like, I think because it can be like almost like debilitating because you're just like, oh really? Like more, right? Like
Yeah,
just
it
comes
is.
on, it
And
comes
especially
on.
when you're doing literally like you said earlier.
Yeah.
If you're right, the CEO of your company or
Yeah.
you're building anything, right? Figuring out what your time is worth, and I'm literally doing tasks that are probably $10 an
Yes.
hour
Yes. Yeah.
like, that doesn't even make sense
Yeah.
when you could be out, definitely being
I
more productive or even I think of not always just the productive, but doing things that I like spending time with my
mhm.
friends
Yeah.
or, being focused on my kids, when they're there instead of being like, "Oh god, I gotta send this quick email
Mhm.
that's, like, some
Yeah.
not needed," that somebody else could
Yes.
have probably
And
easily
somebody
done.
having it, so that's just setting yourself up and, like, I mean, I'm so excited for you.
I'm excited. Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
on our to-do list for me and my partner for 11. We're getting one in sometime in the next 3 months
Now
because
then I
we're
have to
just
see how y'all train her
we're
because I
just
think then, that's, like,
giving
the
everything
scary
over.
part for me. The, like, I really wanna do it right this time. I've done this. It's not my first rodeo as far as hiring people, and sometimes I just don't give them the right training, the right
Mhm.
tools,
Yeah.
and I just, like, how do you help them mimic, so I think I'm gonna have to really, like, figure that part
Maybe
out,
just
like
shadowing you.
yeah,
Maybe you have them on for a few days that they're just gonna be with you and see how you like to
me
work.
doing looms, I'll be like, "This is how I
Yeah.
send the email, this is where I go."
Yes.
Um,
That's
and then also I'm like, "Oh my god, do I want you to see, like, the mess of my email?" So it's like you have to almost be a little
you
vulnerable.
are vulnerable. You're exposing
I'm like,
yourself.
"Hey," and all your,
I
like
mean, but you're vulnerable with all the AIs.
I know
Like,
yeah,
I connect to and, like, I mean, that's the way that we have to think now if you're
you know
bringing in a
all of them.
person. Well, yeah, but you have to be willing that's the hardest part, I think,
Mhm.
right? Going into this and being like, "I can't do it all.
Yeah.
I may be good and let me focus on what I'm good at." and just remove myself from the other
But what
things
if
and
you're
get the
good at,
team.
like, so
You're not.
much?
Nope. I mean, I wish I could say that. I'm not. There's things that, my children have said it before. Yeah, there's things dad's really good at. There's things you're not so good at. I'm like, at first I was offended. Now I'm like, of course, no, great. I don't want those roles. I don't want to worry about cars and all these things and things I
Yeah.
can't understand.
I wish
I don't want to.
I wish, like, Sean and I feel like are so good at the same things, and we're so not good at the same things, like the admin and the, like, that kind
That's
of
why
thing,
you be
and
somebody else.
yeah, and so
That
I'm like,
makes
"Can you
total
be good at
sense.
the thing that I'm not good at?" But no, he's so yeah, we
Yes.
just have to get an
That
external.
outsource. That's
Yes.
it. My biggest tip is outsource when you can.
Listen to that.
Start organizing and, go be vulnerable. And I mean, I'll tell you the first thing is like you have to really audit yourself. Like, where am I failing? And you'll start to see it. And I think once people start to recognize it, then you could kind of little by little, but it is work. It's not easy.
Mhm.
You don't just wake up, overnight and you're like, I'm a functioning
Yeah.
organized person that has these assistants that, now I'm all just doing that. But you can, like, you hear about it. I mean, everybody goes to all these conferences. All these people that make millions of dollars are telling you the systems. That's all
Mhm.
it is,
Yeah.
getting organized. And
It's like you just have to
yeah.
put in the hard work. It's almost like you have to pick your hard.
Yes.
You're either gonna deal with this
Yeah.
every day
Yes.
and or you're, like, gonna do the hard work of, like, setting up the system,
Yeah.
training the person, whatever you need to do
Yeah.
so that it's easier on the back
And
end.
you really, I mean, I would really say this if you can. There is a way to do it in any way. If you're a small, like, I'm saying entrepreneur, small business, and as well as like personal, if you get yourself set up, kind of, you start to see it. It
Mhm.
becomes part of your like the atomic habits, right? You
Yeah.
start to do it, but it's little by little. I don't want to say that to anybody that is like, oh my gosh, like for me, I don't think I can see that now. This is my first year that I did, and it's still I
Mhm.
have to, like I said, have to talk to myself and be like, okay, you're not. You're not
Yeah.
gonna be, and I'm like, I still go in some things and I hear people and I'm like, oh my God, I need to get my laptop because I need to go and download that and make sure I know what it is because I can't be left behind, you know?
Yeah.
So,
And that's what I love about
yeah,
you and Lorette and
yeah,
Eleva, that you feel it feels, like, comfortable, it feels vulnerable, but you
yeah,
don't feel judged
yeah,
because I feel like you guys have lived it. You've
yes,
been there. You've
yeah,
been that like, "Oh my god, I'm trying to do everything and manage everything," and you've put things in place and you're like, "Man, look at
yeah,
how much this can help you."
yes,
And so you understand the difference versus I think, I've done some coaching before where you almost feel a little judged because that person is, like, so organized or maybe they don't let obviously some coaches aren't gonna let you
yes, yeah,
see
yeah,
or explain like, "Hey, I was a hot mess before,
yeah,
right? And now, this is how I do things." So I absolutely appreciate that. And I think a lot of people can, feel like welcome and resonate with
yeah,
that message. And it makes it easier, I think, to do the things.
hmm,
So yes.
yeah.
And also stay delusional. Like just
That's what I said.
think
You
about
gotta
hiring the
trust. You
person.
gotta
Yeah.
trust, and you gotta trust in yourself, and that you really do have it. Like, I mean, if you have your faith, back to that, and then you gotta trust. And hey, and if it fails, then you try again.
Yeah. You hire somebody else, but every time you get better.
Yes,
This time I'm getting
you learn,
better.
and then you learn. You learn
Yeah.
about yourself. You learn about how you can teach as well, because you'd be amazed because we are so competent when we teach others. It's so beautiful to see it others
Yeah.
just flourish. And that you could just say that, "Hey," not that I mean, because of me. No, it's just like, "Hey, they're able to do it. Good. I can now do other things."
Oh my gosh,
It's
like, you
it's
hearing you
yeah,
say that, I'm like, "Oh," and I always
you're
like,
gonna love it. You're gonna love
it's
it.
sad for some of my VAs or, like, even people I've hired that aren't VAs, and I'm like, this is the highest
Yeah,
time, like, "Look, I have ADHD, so sometimes I'm just like, I'm not gonna email you back, like, you gotta be on me,
honey. Yeah, yeah.
but also, like"
But you gotta be accountable. So this time,
Yes.
my only tip right now for free here is
Yeah.
like you gotta be accountable to them. Like you have to like honestly face like to yourself and for the sake of your sanity, because I won't even say your husband, he's got to figure out himself. But you have
Yes.
to say what is worth for my Paola's everyday
Yeah.
calmness is gonna be me trusting and having and guiding them as best as you can. You'll
Mhm.
figure out because that's part of it. Because you like you said it before, you've tried it and it's been hard, but,
Yeah.
just admitting and being like, "Hey, this is" like, be committed like you're dating somebody new, basically, with your
Okay.
VA. Like, that's be excited, communicate,
Yeah.
all that
Be
stuff.
like, "Hey,
Because
girl."
I think that you build a relationship. I think that's what it
Yeah.
comes down
It's
to.
like my
Because
partner, yeah, I want
we
it to
if
be
you
like, "Let's be
it
in
has to
sync."
be, and they have to be able to read you and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, today she can't. This week, what is her schedule? Like, she wants some downtime. I'm gonna block all this for her. She needs this week is just gonna be I'm gonna sit with her for 4 hours that she's gonna do all her admin." Like, that's Imagine how rewarding
Now
it is.
smiling at me like that.
I think that that's worth it, and all of us that don't
Deserve that.
feel like we deserve that as business people, I feel like that's, like, almost like you're, like, like, setting yourself up to fail
Yeah.
in the end because we're not eternal,
Mhm.
and there's a lot to be said of what builds in from feeling like you're the only one, and then I always feel like for me, it's like I feel rage and then I get mad and I'm like, I mean, it's not gonna happen if I don't do it.
Yeah.
That
Then
kind of
all those little
behavior.
comments start
Yes,
coming
and
out.
then it's almost like my own poison
Yeah. Yeah.
because I won't, and I know how to help myself, right? So I mean, and we're still learning because I don't worry, mine is an ongoing challenge and mine's more of the personal aspect that I still like. I gotta trust that my husband and he can do it all. He can
Yeah.
manage it all.
Yes, they
I'm
can.
not, you know, the only one. I mean, even
Mhm.
like with my mom, my mom's, obviously older, but there's a lot of things I'm like very encouraging of her doing them on her own because like
Mhm.
there was a lot of codependency of like, I'm gonna do it for her because I
Yeah.
should. Not that I don't want to. I just mean that for me, I know it feels better for her to be able to like technology, that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. Like, hey, you're capable. You can do it. Let me
Yeah.
show you, or we'll figure out how to do it. And it's freeing to me not to feel like I'm the
Like, you have
only
to be
one.
yeah, for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. So, well,
Yeah, well, yeah, confidence crap. You can do it all, but don't do it all.
don't do it all. That's
Yeah.
what that's a Zulu tip.
Yeah. Hire somebody, outsource,
Try to,
absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
or
if you're able to
yeah,
and figuring out, yeah, a way to do that.
start
So,
having some organization
yes, and stay to Lulu.
and make it happen.
See you
See you
next
next
time.
time.